My sister forged a medical document claiming I was pregnant and sent it to my fiancé, shattering our wedding plans. I'm Emily Harper, 28, a graphic designer who turns chaos into art, creating vibrant logos and branding for local businesses in our quiet river town. 6 weeks ago, I thought I was living a fairy tale. I had a thriving career, a small but loyal group of friends who felt like family, and a fiancé, James Carter, whose crooked smile and warm hazel eyes could dispel my darkest days. We were deep in wedding planning, a rustic vineyard booked for April, its rolling hills promising a perfect backdrop. My dress, a flowing ivory gown with delicate lace sleeves, hung in my closet like a vow of eternity. Our families were buzzing with excitement. James's mom was knitting baby blankets just in case, while my parents bickered over who'd host the rehearsal dinner at their favorite diner. James was my safe haven, caring and driven, with a dry wit that turned mundane moments, like choosing paint swatches, into adventures. "You're my forever, Em," he'd whisper, brushing my hand as we dreamed of a home filled with laughter. Everyone called us the golden couple, the kind you bet on for a lifetime. But one cruel lie tore it all apart, and the person behind it was the one I'd loved and protected since childhood. It was a crisp October evening, the air thick with the scent of fallen leaves and smoke from distant bonfires. James and I had planned a cozy dinner at Bella Vita, the Italian restaurant where we'd had our first date, laughing over spilled Chianti and stolen glances. But at 6:03 p.m., my phone buzzed with a text. "Meet me at Willow Creek Park. Urgent. Now." The words hit like a cold fist to the chest. James wasn't one for cryptic messages. My mind raced. Maybe a romantic surprise. A moonlight picnic to ease our wedding stress. I grabbed my scarf, my heart fluttering with hope, and drove to the park, streetlights casting long shadows across the road. But when I saw him under a flickering street lamp, arms crossed, his face carved from ice, my stomach sank. This wasn't my James. "James, what's wrong?" I asked, my voice trembling as I stepped into the dim light, the wind biting my cheeks through my thin jacket. He didn't meet my eyes. He thrust his phone at me, his voice low and venomous. "Explain this, Emily. Right now." My hands shook as I took the phone. The screen showed a scanned medical document, a pregnancy test result with my name, Emily Harper, in bold, claiming I was 10 weeks pregnant. Attached was a cruel note. "She's hiding this from you. You deserve the truth." My heart stopped. I wasn't pregnant. I'd never seen this document. It was a forgery, a malicious lie crafted to destroy. "James, this isn't true," I gasped, tears burning my eyes. "I swear, I'd never lie to you." His gaze was a blade, slicing through me. "You've been playing me, haven't you?" he roared, his voice echoing through the empty park, startling a flock of birds from the trees. "Acting so perfect, planning our wedding while hiding this? I had to find out from some random email." "No, please listen." I grabbed his sleeve, my voice breaking with desperation. "Someone's setting me up. I don't know who, but it's not me." He yanked his arm free, his face twisted with pain and betrayal. "I trusted you, Emily. I gave you my heart, my future, and this is what I get? Lies?" His voice cracked, and for a moment I saw the hurt beneath his anger. "I thought you were different." He turned, his boots crunching on the gravel path, his silhouette fading into the darkness. I sank to my knees, the cold ground seeping through my jeans, tears streaming down my face as the wind howled around me. My wedding, my love, my future, gone in minutes. Who could hate me this much? The answer, when it came, was a wound deeper than James's rejection. I didn't sleep that night. I curled up on my old leather couch, the glow of my laptop casting ghostly shadows across my tiny apartment, the radiator humming softly. James's words looped in my mind. His anger, his distrust, the way he didn't even pause to hear me out. By morning, my phone was a war zone. The fake pregnancy report had been posted on River City Secrets, a local gossip blog notorious for airing dirty laundry with a sneering caption, "Another fairy tale romance crashes and burns." Coworkers sent awkward texts, unsure if I was the villain. My best friend Sarah called, her voice trembling. "Em, this is everywhere. People are saying awful things online, calling you a liar, a cheat. Who did this?" My Aunt Clara, my rock since childhood, texted, "I know this isn't you, Emily. We'll find the truth." But the shame was suffocating, like a weight crushing my chest. I felt like a ghost in my own life, judged for a lie I didn't tell. Then it hit me. Only a few people had access to the clinic where I'd worked last summer, sorting medical records for extra cash. One of them was my younger sister, Chloe, 23, with her wild curls, infectious laugh, and a constant craving for attention that bordered on obsession. Growing up, I'd been her protector. When she flunked her first semester of college, I secretly paid her $12,000 tuition, telling our parents it was a scholarship so she wouldn't feel humiliated. After Dad lost his factory job 2 years ago, I covered the rent, Wi-Fi, her phone, Starbucks gift cards, even her weekly Thai takeout orders. For 18 months, I worked late nights, skipped vacations, and poured my savings into keeping our family afloat. Chloe didn't know. She breezed through the house, blasting pop music, planning her next party, oblivious to my sacrifices. I loved her fiercely, my little sister, the girl I taught to ride a bike in our cul-de-sac, the one I stayed up with after her first breakup, wiping her tears as she sobbed about a boy who didn't deserve her. I saw us as kids, sharing secrets under the covers, her gap-toothed grin as we built sandcastles on the beach. Could she really have done this? Suspicion gnawed at me like a splinter under my skin. When Chloe left for a nightclub the next evening, her laughter echoing down the hall like a taunt, I slipped into her room. It smelled of her vanilla perfume, cluttered with fashion magazines, glittery nail polish, tangled charging cords, and a half-eaten bag of gummy bears. My heart pounded as I opened her desk drawer. Under a pile of vapes and crumpled receipts, I found it. A printed copy of the fake pregnancy report, my name neatly typed at the top. My hands shook so hard the paper crinkled. My own sister. My blood. She'd forged this lie to ruin me. The betrayal was a physical ache, a fire in my chest that stole my breath. I remembered her hugging me the morning after James's confrontation, her arms warm, her voice syrupy. "You're the best sister ever, Em." How could she smile while plunging a knife into my back? I didn't scream or cry. I folded the paper, tucked it back, and made a vow. If Chloe wanted a life without me, I'd give it to her, and she'd feel every inch of it. The next morning, I packed a suitcase, jeans, sweaters, my sketchbooks filled with designs, a faded photo of me and Chloe at a county fair, her tiny hand clutching a cotton candy stick as she grinned up at me. The house was silent, my parents still asleep. I opened my banking app and canceled every payment I'd been making. Chloe's tuition, the rent, utilities, her Netflix, Spotify, even the grocery delivery for Mom. I'd been their invisible lifeline, and they never even said thank you. I drove to a tiny loft across town, its creaky floors and peeling paint a stark contrast to the chaos I'd left behind. A single window overlooked a quiet street where kids rode scooters under golden streetlights, their laughter a faint echo of simpler times. The loft was bare, with a lumpy mattress and a second-hand desk, but it was mine. For 6 days, no one noticed I was gone. That silence cut deeper than the lie itself. Then the calls flooded in. Mom, her voice shrill. "Emily, the power's out! The landlord's threatening to evict us! What's going on?" Chloe, whining. My tuition payment bounced, and the college is freaking out. You gotta fix this!" The internet company left a voicemail about an overdue bill, and the landlord called about 3 months of unpaid rent, his tone sharp with frustration. I stared at my phone, my heart torn between anger and grief. They didn't miss me. They missed my money. I didn't reply. Let them face the mess they'd ignored. A week later, Chloe texted from a burner number. "Emily, please. Everything's falling apart. The dorm's kicking me out, my professors are failing me, and I can't even get Wi-Fi. Call me, I'm begging you." No apology, just desperation. I pictured her smug grin as she printed that report, her fake warmth as she hugged me, her voice dripping with lies. I deleted the text, my hands trembling with rage. But the storm was brewing. Aunt Clara called, her voice soft but heavy with worry. "Emily, Chloe's in deep trouble. She's failing 3 classes, and the college is threatening to expel her if the tuition isn't paid by Friday. Your parents are borrowing from neighbors to cover the water bill, and the landlord's given them 30 days to pay up. They don't know you were bankrolling everything, do they?" "No," I said, my voice steady despite the ache in my chest. "And they won't." Clara sighed. "Be careful, Em. Chloe's cornered and she's spinning stories, telling people you abandoned the family out of spite. She's even saying you faked the pregnancy rumor to get attention and ruin her reputation." I laughed, a bitter sound that echoed in the empty loft. "She's the liar, Clara. Let her talk. The truth always catches up." The next day, I ran into Sarah at the grocery store, her face pale as she hugged me tightly. Chloe's been posting on Instagram, saying you're jealous of her and made it all up to hurt her. Some of her friends believe her. People are starting to talk." My stomach twisted. Chloe wasn't just desperate. She was fighting dirty, turning the narrative against me. I thanked Sarah, my mind racing as I drove home. I wasn't their doormat anymore. Then, out of nowhere, James texted, "Emily, I was wrong. I need to talk. Can we meet?" My heart twisted, part pain, part curiosity. I agreed to meet at Brew and Bean, the coffee shop where we'd once planned our honeymoon over lattes, dreaming of beaches and starry nights. He looked exhausted, dark circles under his eyes, his usual confidence replaced by a nervous edge. He slid his phone across the table, showing grainy security footage from the clinic. It was Chloe, her curls unmistakable, leaning over a printer, signing my name with a sly smirk. James's friend and hospital admin had pulled the records after James started questioning the email's source. "I'm so sorry, Emily," he said, his voice cracking as he leaned forward, hands clasped tightly. "I should have trusted you. I was hurt, blindsided, but that's no excuse. I failed you when you needed me most." I clenched my fists, tears burning my eyes. "Failed? James, you didn't just fail, you broke me. You walked away without a single question, left me to drown in that lie. Do you know what it's like to have everyone stare at you, judging, whispering? To lose everything, our future, our home, In one night?
I know,
he whispered, his eyes glistening with unshed tears.
I was a coward, Em. I let my pain blind me, and I'll regret it for the rest of my life. But you don't deserve this.
If you want to clear your name, I'll stand with you. I'll shout the truth from the rooftops if you ask. I took a shaky breath, my heart torn between pain and resolve.
It's too late for us, James. You made your choice in that park.
But I'm done hiding. I'm done letting her win. That night, I sat in my loft, the city's glow filtering through my window, casting soft patterns on the bare walls. I'd always avoided drama, hated the spotlight. But Chloe's lie didn't just destroy my engagement. It stole my reputation, my peace, my dignity. She'd danced through life, carefree, while I carried the shame of her actions. No more. I set up my phone on a makeshift tripod, adjusted the lamp to light my face, and hit record. Hi, I'm Emily Harper. You might have heard I faked a pregnancy to deceive my fiancé. That's a lie, and tonight, I'm telling the truth. I poured out everything. Chloe's betrayal, the sacrifices I'd made, $12,000 in tuition, rent, her phone, coffee runs, the weekly Thai takeout. I showed bank statements, utility receipts, the clinic footage with her face blurred. I spoke of the sister I'd loved, teaching her to ride a bike, staying up late after her first heartbreak, cheering her at every milestone. And I ended with fire. Sometimes, the people you die for will burn your world down without a second thought. Healing begins when you stop shielding them and choose yourself. I posted the video, expecting a few friends to see it. By morning, it had 700,000 views. Strangers shared it, commented, tagged Chloe's college. Women from across the country messaged me, sharing stories of family betrayal, sisters who stole, parents who lied, friends who schemed. Some recognized Chloe from her party girl reputation. She was always manipulative at school. I saw her at a club last week, acting like nothing happened. I stayed silent, but Chloe didn't. She called 35 times, then sent a voice message, her voice a wild mix of rage and sobs. "Emily, how could you?" she screamed, words slurring with panic. "You put our family's mess online for the world to judge. You're ruining my life. I was trying to save you from James. He's not good enough for you, don't you get it?" I called her back, my voice trembling with years of pent-up anger. "Save me? You forged a lie that destroyed my engagement, my reputation, everything. You hugged me, Chloe, called me the best sister while stabbing me in the back. Was it jealousy, or just your sick need to be the center of attention?" "I didn't mean for it to go this far," she sobbed, her voice breaking. "I thought you'd see he wasn't right for you. I'm sorry, Em. Please. I'm losing everything. My dorm, my friends, my future. Fix this. I'm begging you." "You broke this, Chloe," I said, my voice cold as ice. "Don't cry now. You made your bed. Sleep in it." I hung up, my heart pounding but my resolve unbreakable. The fallout was explosive. The college emailed, requesting my video, receipts, and the clinic footage. 2 weeks later, they sent a formal notice. Chloe had been expelled for academic dishonesty and violating their code of conduct. She tried to salvage her image with a tearful Instagram live, her makeup streaked with crocodile tears. I made a mistake trying to protect my sister. I never meant to hurt anyone. The comments were merciless. You lied and humiliated her. She paid for your entire life, and you betrayed her. You're the reason people cut off family. Our community, neighbors, family friends, Chloe's old high school teachers, even the barista at her favorite coffee shop saw the truth. At a neighborhood barbecue, I overheard whispers. Chloe was always trouble. Poor Emily carried that family. My parents called, their voices dripping with false warmth. Mom's voicemail infuriated me. Emily, darling, we miss you. Come home for dinner soon, okay? We're family. Dad left a message, gruff and pleading. Em, the rent's due. We're in a bind. Help us out, kid. I deleted them both. They didn't miss me. They missed my wallet. Aunt Clara called again, her voice heavy. Chloe's been kicked out of her dorm. Your parents told her to figure it out. They can't afford to help. She's couch surfing, but her friends are done with her drama. She's telling people you framed her, Em, but no one's buying it. I felt a strange calm, not joy or vengeance, but justice. I hadn't screamed or schemed. I'd told the truth and it was enough. One evening, Sarah invited me to a local women's group meeting at a community center, a small room with folding chairs and warm coffee. I was nervous, my hands sweaty as I stood to share my story. My voice shook at first but grew stronger, the words pouring out like a river. The room fell silent, then erupted in applause. A woman in her 50s, her eyes glistening, hugged me tightly. I stayed silent about my sister's lies for years, she said. You gave me courage to speak. Another woman, barely 20, shared her own story of betrayal, her voice trembling. That moment lit a spark in me. 6 months later, my life is a new canvas. The video sparked a movement. I launched a YouTube channel sharing my story in episodes about betrayal, resilience, and rebuilding. I invited others to share anonymously, and the channel exploded, 800,000 subscribers in months. Women from across the globe sent stories of family lies, silent sacrifices, and hard-won freedom. Brands offered sponsorships, and a local magazine ran a feature, The Sister Who Rose from Ruin. I spoke at community events, my voice steady as I shared how betrayal forged my strength. At one event, a teenage girl approached me, tears in her eyes, and said, Your story made me stand up to my family. I'm not invisible anymore. Her words were a gift, a reminder of why I kept going. Chloe. She dropped out, tried a YouTube channel, but no one wanted the villain's story. Last I heard, she was drifting, staying with acquaintances who tired of her quickly, her charm no longer enough to save her. She sent one final text. I'm sorry, Em. I was wrong. I hope you can forgive me someday. I didn't reply. Forgiveness might come, but trust was gone. James sent one final text. Emily, I'll always regret not trusting you. You're a force, stronger than I ever knew. I hope you find someone who sees your light from the start. I didn't reply. That door was closed, but his words were a quiet validation. Now, I live in a bright apartment with wide windows and a view of the city's skyline, the river glinting in the distance. I work for myself, designing for clients who value my creativity. I wake up each day free, owing no one anything. The pain, the lies, they didn't break me. They forged me into someone stronger, someone who knows her worth. If this story moved you, like, comment, and subscribe to channel. We share real stories of breaking free and starting over. Your support fuels this journey. See you in the next video.